It is said that the most representative of a car company's technical strength must be an executive sedan. The ability to create a ground-class car is often the threshold for measuring whether a brand can inherit the luxury industry. Today, let's make it clear in one breath that young people are the first ground-level car. Before we start, let's clarify the standards for lower-class cars. One is the body size. The car length is more than 5 meters, and the wheelbase is more than 3 meters. At the same time, it is suitable for various high-end occasions. And it is the flagship model of various brands. And let Gus fly this top-shooting brand in order not to put pressure on the bros. It is not within the scope of our discussion for the time being. Which cars can I currently choose on the market are divided into 4 categories. The first group is the new Gabby group. The second group is the mainstream hot-selling group. The third group is the performance twin group. And the fourth group is the light group of domestic products. Let's take a look at the first group of cost performance groups, which mainly includes some discontinued second-hand models or relatively unpopular models. It is suitable for brothers who have just started a business, have a limited budget, and want to buy a good car to support the door. The first Cadillac CT6 priced at $27,000 to $380,000. Many bros may think this car is not a D-class car. Compared with the current brand power of Cadillac, it will compete with 561, a lot of area, but this car is indeed 5 meters 22. It's the flagship of Cadillac, although the domestic positioning is C+. But the price and positioning of the North American Tower are proper D-class cars. The position in the family is also second only to the eldest brother, Katie. And overseas evaluations of this car are all done against the BMW 7 Series. But it has to be said that this car is also the most useless one in this class. Whether it is North America or the domestic market, Court 6 sales have always been unsatisfactory. A lot of it is consumer habits compared to large cars. Americans prefer full-size S. Of course, the problems of CT6 itself cannot be ignored, like the back row space. Although the wheelbase is more than 3 meters, however, the comfort and space utilization of the rear row do not reach the level of S. 7-star, especially the top platinum version. When the rear power seats are adjusted to their most itchy, legroom appears cramped. Configuration is also a big trial. Cut the price and get used to stacking the luxury configuration on the top. The low-end models have obvious differences in interior texture and function. But as a business car, some bosses still like to frequent the bath center. So this CT6 still has some accurate users willing to pay for it. The second, the Genesis G90, sold for $69 to $1.15 million. As a store manager for Korean luxury cars, the body size is 5 meters 27, wheelbase 3 meters 18. This is 8 centimeters more rear legroom than the BMW 7 Series. The boss sits in the back row. Electric adjustment. There is no shortage of massage and leg braces, and there is also an extended version of the Action. Wheelbase plus 19 centimeters. It's very luxurious. Directly target Mabak. The power piece, 3.5 TV6 twin turbo plus 48 volt hybrid, 115 horsepower, a little over 05 seconds. Standard electric suction door fragrance system. The rear row has a double 14.6 inch large screen. Even the sunshade was soundproof with multiple layers. The details of this luxury car made in Korea are really exquisite and perverted. If you think BBA is a bad street, I wanted a little bit of a different tone. The G90 is definitely a very masterpiece, especially the administrative extended 4PAS version. You can own this Oriental Bentley for less than half the price of mate. Believe in owning this car. Brothers can also experience the joy of their talents. Number 3, Jaguar X. It's hard to imagine what kind of car you can buy for $100,000. He used to be $1 million luxury flagship. It is on the same level as SFL and 7, but now it is on the second-hand market. Let's talk about the advantages first. His body proportions are really perfect, especially its sidelines, 5 meters 25 long. His slender and low posture made him look particularly elegant in a pile of large square cars. Even if the wheel is only 18 inches, there's also a lack of unique temperament for him. Compared to the bloated shape of many trams today, Jaguar's Sagalic ratio has become increasingly scarce. Coupled with his slutty rear wheel arches and unique tape, it is completely different from the calm German administration. And when you get in the car, it's typical British luxury. Full of leather, solid wood, and plated, it feels heavy to the touch. The texture is solid. You might feel old-fashioned, but that atmosphere is hard to find today. Except for Bentley and Rouse. Few new cars still adhere to this material. 3.0T with F8AT. Smooth and fast response. When changing gears with a pick, you can even feel the pleasure of falling with your hands. Although it is not as good as the tacit cooperation between BMW and T. But the overall driving experience is already advanced enough. Of course, the shortcomings are also obvious. As the car ages, now it's definitely not easy to use. Reliability is even more torn. The engine itself is fairly reliable. But waterways and high temperatures require regular maintenance. Otherwise, repairing it will really make your scalp tingle. This car is more suitable for brothers who usually like to smoke cigars and wear expensive watches. The last, Volkswagen Phaeton. It sold for $2.55 million, to say that Volkswagen's least pragmatic and most idealistic car. Phaeton. He is the obsession of Mr. Piercy. It is the most luxurious and money-losing work in the history of a mass brand. From its launch in 2002 to its discontinuation in 2016, Phaeton sold more than 80,000 units, but lost more than 2 billion euros. Basically, you have to pay for a Passat for every one sold. Phaeton and Bentley Fly and Spur share a platform. The process requirements are extremely high. A steering wheel needs to be sewn by hand for 7 hours. They even built a factory specifically for him. It is also equipped with a top torsion 4-wheel drive, air suspension, electric suction door, follow-up headlights, mahogany steering wheel. All leather upholstery is available. Take the stereo alone. It was one of the strongest sound systems of the year. In terms of power, Phaeton provided 3.0 to 6 W12 cylinder, 2 pursue balance, 3.6 VR6. Power and maintenance are both relatively balanced. If you want to collect it, it naturally has to be a top W12. This is the clean version of flying speed. And as Volkswagen discontinued the the scarcity value of Phaeton will only increase. Now, Phaeton has a lot of problems. Air suspension. Turn to housing. The small defects of the electric suction door make its maintenance costs not low. Phaeton is not the most rational choice, but it is definitely a decision with feelings and style. If you come across a Phaeton in good condition and fully equipped, you might as well keep one in the garage. He will tell you what is the pinnacle of the map. Follow me. In the next issue, we'll bring you mainstream hot selling group recommendations. I'm 6, and I just said goodbye.